Wait, it's called the Fiber Podcast?
It's a fiber content. Fiber content knitting. No, it's called Fiber Content Knitting. We're rebranding. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hi, we're back.
I'm Isabelle.
I'm Hannah.
And this is Fiber Content, episode
3 of season 2. Thanks for joining us. So we last chatted with Tasha and Victoria.
I'm Victoria. I'm Tasha. And this is Fiber Content Knitting. Baby's first podcast. Hi, it is Rhinebeck weekend. It is Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, yeah.
I wish it was still Saturday morning.
And we're here in Red Hook, New York in the Airbnb, filming after a raucous weekend. Full of yarn and friends and everything. So we're just going to do a little check-in now. We'll do like a proper podcast later. But we just wanted to introduce our special guests and Rhinebeck companions and talk a little bit about their first impressions of Rhinebeck.
Because it was both of their first Rhinebecks.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay, so who should we grill first and put on the hot seat? Or should we just ask some questions?
Well, first we should say we've both finished our Rhinebeck
sweaters.
Yeah,
so let's do a little Rhinebeck sweater check-in.
Yeah. You didn't think we would do it, but we did.
Yeah. I had no doubts about us.
I had doubts about us.
Okay.
I finished Friday at 11 p.m. and Hannah helped me bind.
I finished Thursday at 8 p.m.
Yeah. So here they are. Yay. And it was so cute. A lot of you came up to us and were like, "Oh my God, you finished!" How were your first Rhinebecks?
Yes, Tasha, why don't you give your take a little bit? Like, so day one we went. So just for a little bit like of background on our itinerary. Friday we just drove up to Woollen Folk from New York. And it was crazy rainy all weekend, which was insane and like definitely impacted the experience a little bit. So Tasha, what was your take on Woollen Folk?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna be in a field. I don't know why. I thought we were going to be in an orchard, and we were not. We were in a beautiful brick building.
So were you imagining kind of like a midsummer tableau of everyone just like kind of running around a field in white with like knitting?
I thought it was going to be like an outdoor farmer's market, but instead of apples, there was going to be yarn.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of that.
Yeah, it was inside.
It is kind of that, yeah.
There were so many people. Yeah. I feel like I have been knitting in isolation with the exception of being mentored by Hannah.
With whom you call your...
My knitting coach.
Yes. Or knitting guru, yes.
I'll just be like, I have to call my knitting coach right now. I'm sorry, I have to exit the conversation. So I was really shocked that there are thousands of other people that are the Hannahs of the world. I thought it was more diverse than I expected. I feel like knitting still has a long way to go in terms of promoting diversity. But I thought the representation was really cool in terms of especially age. There's so many like older people, younger people, middle-aged people. And the selection was amazing. I was also surprised that they sold things that were not yarn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like what type of things?
Like about this hairpin. And there was a lot of soap makers.
Yeah, lots of soap. And you guys got some buttons and like notions, which we can show later. Yeah, what did you think, Victoria?
Of Woollen Folk?
Yeah.
I really liked it. Yeah, I think I don't like being rained on, and so that was like a weird sensory thing for me. But we like got there a little bit late, so we like missed the huge rush of people at the beginning, and so it was a little bit more manageable, the amount of people that were there when we were there. Yeah. And I liked the like vast array of different types of yarn that you could get, and and
did you guys have like a dyer that stood out to you as like kind of new to the indie dyed yarn scene that you were like, oh my gosh, these colors or this this space is blowing my mind? Well, you love Creo Yarns.
I do.
Creo Yarns is like a Chicago-based dyer that's new to us. I haven't worked with her yarn, but every festival we've seen her at, we've loved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a big fan of her.
Yeah.
And I think you'll talk about it later, but I really liked the colors of the Newberg Yarn Company.
Yeah.
And I almost bought a sock yarn from them and then decided against it because I thought I would hold out because it was like one of the first stalls that we saw, and I regret it. Really, yes.
Yeah,
very much so.
I did buy a skein, so I will be showing that in the future.
Yeah. Tasha, what was your favorite dyer?
What was my favorite dyer? I don't know, they all kind of blend together.
They do. It's a little like, and I really brought Tasha and like peak like Stampede crowd rush.
Yeah.
Vibes.
We were running late and everybody was texting like clusterfuck.
It was really crowded.
I'm
I mean,
sure
like,
if you like
Wait,
dare.
are we talking about only woolen folk or also?
yes, only woolen folk
Okay,
right
okay,
now.
okay.
Only
Oh,
right
I
now.
also really liked that yarn that you like twisted. What was it? It was one of the last ones we saw. It was like whenever you get to the bold color, then you like do this like interesting knit, and then you keep going.
Oh, she likes color pooling.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what she's talking
Yeah,
about?
that shawl that you like you
Color pool
when you see it.
I've never seen that before. It was
It's
really
really unique.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I might add it to my queue.
Yeah, that's a very cool technique. I've never done anything with that, but really
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, there was a cool sweater that had like the yoke done with that, and then the body was
Amazing.
just like the main color.
Yeah.
And Victoria was like, "Oh my gosh."
No, it's amazing. Yeah. I feel like makers that stood out to me was I went to the Tattered Blue Library. Is that what it's called?
Incredible.
Mhm.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, which doesn't necessarily have like yarn and exclusively knitting stuff. It's more like crafts and textiles, but that's always beautiful. And I bought a pattern there. And then, I mean, Wandering Flock, like seeing Geraldine is always such a highlight of any festival. So they were bringing out their A game.
I loved touching the camellia fiber yak base.
Yeah, you liked that. That was the yarn underneath the tent that you almost bought, remember? We were worried about the drape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's got really pretty colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any hot takes, kids?
Well, you had a great one-liner. Am I allowed to say?
You can say.
Like, in all the best ways, like, best and worst ways, it was like Burning Man 2023, right?
Kind of.
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate? It was
I feel like Tasha's been shy because Hannah's been slandering her on our podcast.
Yeah, Tasha, do you want to give this?
I don't want to be canceled by the knitting community before I even end.
No, okay, I feel like I have really given Tasha a bad rep on this podcast because I do talk about like her yarn buying habit and like her tendency to like bring blankets to like very like mobile knitting meetups in New York.
As people were like recognizing us, they were like, "Oh my god, is that Tasha?" Or like, "Oh my god, you're the girlfriend."
Yeah, and so now
and they were both like, "Oh my god."
I'm only referring to Tasha as, "Are you Tasha?" Which was awesome. So, but do you want to show the yarn that I'm talking about that is so amazing?
Which yarn?
The Wandering Flock, the sweater you're working on. You
Oh,
should show your
sure.
whip that you were working on all weekend.
Sure.
Yeah,
This was
you should both show
supposed
your
to be
whips.
my Rhinebeck sweater,
Okay.
but of course I didn't finish it. But shout out to Geraldine and the lovely people at Wandering Flock. I love them.
Yeah.
It's a September sweater, and I am doing what's her name? Leah Like.
Yeah, Leah, like, yeah.
I'm doing the Leah Like modifications. I accidentally did them quite steeply on the top. They're supposed to go down further, but I actually kind of like it. I also bought the wrong dye lot, so you can see the stripe where it changes colors. And then I invented modifications on the bottom. This is not a big invention.
This will be her first completed sweater, so let's just...
why
Yeah.
not?
So I took the Leah Like modifications and I brought them to the bottom so that it will kind of create triangles along the hip bones.
Amazing. And I love this, like, this was accidental, but I love the shaping higher up. I feel it looks like breastplates, like armor.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
In a really beautiful way.
And this is 3 strands of mohair because I am insane.
Yes. No, you're insanely incredible, and this will be an amazing finished product. I know you'll finish it right in time for, like, those really cold winter months.
Yeah.
Do you want to show what you were working on?
Sure.
Also, Victoria is a really talented crafter and
crocheted this sweater.
and crocheted the sweater she's wearing. Like, I don't have anybody in my life except for you who's this talented of a crocheter.
So I've been making the vacation vest by Park and Knit. Right?
Yeah,
by
little
Park and Knit.
commotion.
I'm currently binding it off, and it is taking so long. Oh my goodness.
She's being introduced to the horrors of the Italian bind off.
Yes. But anyways, so it's
it's
done on this side. I still have to weave in ends and meet ties for the front and everything. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it. It's my first garment ever. So or in knit. So
amazing.
yeah.
What yarn is it? Like paint box yarn cotton? Or
No. Oh, I looked it up yesterday. It is originally lovely. The Puma cotton blend.
Okay.
From Knit Picks.
Yeah.
Oh,
from Knit Picks.
Nice.
But
And look at these stitches, so even.
Yeah, really even
I know you have the
stitches.
best tension.
thanks. Thank you.
And
It's a little tight. It's funny. We like can't knit on each other's things because we have like such drastic. Yeah, I have a lot of anxiety. You know. Yeah. I guess.
And we were talking about doing like ribbons, right? Or you don't know what you're gonna do. Are you thinking buttons for the
I don't know.
closures?
Actually, I will ask your opinion.
Yes.
So the pattern calls for the like. I don't even know what they're called.
High cord?
But no. It's like the button and then the like little
Toggle.
A loop.
Yeah, like the little loop that you like.
A toggle, right?
Is it a toggle? It's
Yeah.
like an elastic loop.
I don't know.
I think it's a
loop.
toggle.
I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing an I-cord and tying it like a bow, but y'all suggested doing ribbons yesterday, which might work. I'm nervous about it leaning
Too girly.
too girly. But if it was like funky, I think I would really like it. But I'm not. Yeah. Anyways, so we'll see.
I mean, I love the
I don't
idea
know.
of just doing monochrome like I-cord. I feel like it can't go wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I could do monochrome ribbon.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Have like a little interesting texture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Totally.
We'll see.
Amazing.
I'll bind off today, so
Yeah.
I'll have to decide soon.
That'll be so
but
exciting.
Yeah.
Such a good job.
Thank you.
Okay, what else? So should we talk about day 2?
Sure.
Quickly. Day 2 was the actual Sheep and Wool Festival, which honestly like blew me away this year. I don't know why. I feel like it was my favorite year actually attending.
Me too.
I just feel like, as I was saying, like snarkily, I actually think the rain helped the situation because like all the fair weather fans were staying home, you know, and it was like the true hardos who were like, we're gonna come out rain or shine and be on this hill, like
and
showing, and the lines were less insane,
Yeah.
and the crowd was less insane,
And I feel like there were so many more like interactions with people that were so funny and beautiful that we'll talk about later. But like one that stood out was this guy ran up to me and was like, "Did you make your sweater or can I buy it?" I was like,
I was like, you have come to the wrong festival.
He was
if
like,
you think you
"Damn
can
it,
buy
you made it?
Well,
Oh man!"
Did you hear his justification?
He was
for
like,
it?
"I've been seeing it all over
Yeah,
the
he's
place."
like, I've seen a lot of these sweaters. Like, where can I buy one? And I was like, oh, you have so much. Wait,
I'm
speaking
just
of it,
confused. Why did he pay $15 to enter a knitting festival?
I think there's like a lot of like non-knitters, but I was like,
Yeah.
honey, you can't be going up to people and being like, "Can I buy your sweater, please? Like, please say you didn't knit it." Like,
yeah.
and then I was like, "You can learn how to knit." And he was like, "I can't."
That's exactly what you said.
You guys need to talk about the cargo
Oh my
crave
God.
interaction. This is my favorite. Should I go get the sweater?
so
I feel like I should go
embarrassing.
get the sweater.
I mean, it's like
Sure,
deep in a
yes.
bag.
yeah. Where is the sweater?
It's deep in a bag.
Okay. Anyway,
But
so the cargo, which you've probably seen on here, maybe we'll try to insert a photo.
so I bullied Victoria into like having it over her shoulders because it's like a very warm sweater, but I wanted compliments.
And she got a lot of compliments.
A lot
It
of
was
compliments. Thank you. And she was like, "Yeah, my girlfriend made it." But Rebecca came up to her and was like, "Nice sweater."
And then just like stayed, like paused.
So Rebecca
As-
is the designer.
Yes.
Yeah, Rebecca Clow of the Craya
Yeah.
Bay Knitting Podcast.
Yeah.
And Victoria was like, "Oh, thanks." Who are you?
I was like, thank you so much. And then she like smiled and waited just another moment, and then she like started to step away because I think she was a little embarrassed.
And then I was like,
Rebecca! And I was like, oh wait, because Isabelle all day had been talking about how Rebecca was the designer and she was excited for Rebecca to see it and whatnot. So
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
imagine? She was just
It
like,
was
nice
so
sweater.
funny. And then
And then Victoria's like,
in my brain I was like, oh, thank you, stranger. Like,
yeah, like, okay,
goodbye.
keep it moving. There's a lot of people here.
And then, of course,
so
we had
funny.
like a nice chat where, of course, I acted like a 12-year-old meeting Jesse McCartney.
Oh my god, we freaked out. We were
I
like,
was
we
like,
love you. I feel like we followed her knitting career. Like, I was watching her
Yeah.
before she was a designer, before the Billy pullover photo blew up. So, like, day one homies right here.
Yeah.
But the
then,
next day.
And then, okay, it gets better. It gets better. The plot thickens.
Oh no.
But
Yeah.
the next day, we met somebody because people actually came to our meetup.
Which was amazing.
Y'all were so nice. It was really cool.
We ran like the world's most ramshackle meetup because I had this distinct memory and
Well,
like
you should give everybody a shout out.
okay, yeah, Knits by Joan, and then Anna C Knits, and then Sophia, who's not the Knit Pearl girl. I will get her tag and I will put it below. Sophia, I love you. Sorry, I forget your Instagram handle. But we ran, like, I had this memory of the Brussels sprout stand being, like, right next to the field, like, behind everything. I was like, this will be perfect. Like, we can kind of be, like, secluded away from people. And the Brussels sprout stand is just, like, Isabelle calls me, she's like, the Brussels stand is, like, in front of a concrete wall. And I was like, we said it, like, we're sticking to it.
But
like,
that said, you could smell it from, like, 10 minutes away.
Right. Yeah. So I'm honestly like, is this our tradition? Is the Brussels sprout stand meetup? And it was incredible, and we got to meet, like, the people who are watching us and are still watching us even after our YouTube debacle. So I really appreciate
nice.
the season 2 viewers.
It was really, really nice.
Yeah.
But one of them was like, oh my, like,
Was wearing the Cargill.
yes.
Yeah, so Sophia was wearing
Sophia.
was wearing the
And she was
Cargill.
like, Rebecca came up to me, but she said she, like, almost didn't come up to me.
Because she's being shy now.
Because she's being shy now, in case people don't know who she is.
And we've, like, permanently traumatized this woman.
So then we found Rebecca. Oh, and then Sophia also mentioned, who mentioned there was, like, a guy, like a Rhinebeck husband carrying,
That's what
like,
Rebecca was saying.
Oh,
no,
that's
but Rebecca
so
also said that. But also first they were, like, carrying, like, the facts of the sweater. So when people would compliment, he'd be like, "Yes, thank you. It's the
we need that for Victoria next year."
So
Yeah, but we found Rebecca later.
and we were like, "Don't be shy. Keep complimenting people."
I was like, I'm so sorry I traumatized you.
And then she was like, you need, like, one of those things like the other Rhinebeck husbands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she was saying that she might make a meme out of it. And so if she does, oh no. You guys will know where
Honestly,
it comes from.
I'm living for this.
Oh,
I'm-
it's incredible.
I'm stressed.
Well, also Tasha was wearing, I'm gonna go get it. Tasha was wearing my Sophie scarf yesterday, which was so cute with her outfit. You looked amazing.
Thank you.
And you were just, like, adopting it as your own by the end, I feel
We
We went into Fab Yarns in Tivoli, which is an awesome,
They're
like,
lovely.
yeah.
So lovely.
And the woman there said, "Oh my god, isn't that scarf so fun to knit? I just love it."
And I'm just standing there like, and Tasha's like,
"Yes, I loved knitting that scarf. It was such a joy to have on my needle."
couldn't recommend this more for anyone. It's the Sophie scarf.
In what yarn?
In Clinton Hill Cashmere, which if you can only ball out on one ball of Clinton Hill Cashmere to make a Sophie scarf, this is the perfect pattern.
I will say it was the Sophie scarf was my first knitting pattern, and it was
Yeah, you made
it was
a
like
shawl.
it's a really great first
yeah.
pattern because
Yeah.
it teaches you to increase and decrease and I-cord and all of these things that I'm a crocheter obviously, and so I like was familiar with fiber arts, but the specifics of knitting, it was
Wait,
helpful to
that
learn.
is such a good recommendation for a first pattern.
Yeah, and it also, I don't remember who was saying this. It was like another woman we met yesterday.
So
but it is like
spunky.
instant gratification. Like
Yeah.
you just like watch it increase, and then
Potato
you
chip
know when
knitting.
to switch, and then exactly, potato chip knitting. Yeah, I highly recommend it. It was really helpful for
Yeah,
me.
you had your Sophie shawl on yesterday.
did.
Do we have
Yeah.
it? Should I go grab it? Or?
It's
It's also in.
it's yeah.
Okay, whatever.
It's on the top of
We'll
my
get
bag,
some
but it's
pictures.
fine.
Like, we'll certainly put pictures in because we took pictures of everyone yesterday.
Is
Well,
it-
you should give a shout out to the other fan that you saw. I will.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god,
her
Mindy.
knitting with happiness.
nice.
Raya out to us at Willow Hook was like, I watch you girls. And then she was also like, you guys haven't podcasted in a while. And I was like, well, you gotta go to our link in bio and read some chat. But she was so cute, and she was wearing the world's most luxurious Lamb and Kid sweater. It was like this amazing Argyle colorwork sweater that just blew my mind and was so soft and warm to hug. And then she was like, and we're like, oh my god, what is that yarn? Is that Birdie? And she's like, yeah, like, I'm at a different place than you all. Like, this is my like luxury sweater. And I was like, fair enough. Like,
She was like, I put 2 kids through college. I can do this.
she's like, I went to college. Like, I can knit my Birdie sweater. And I was like, literally facts.
And
goals.
she
like
gave
goals.
us, like,
Mindy's goals.
the warmest hug on the planet, and like was saying how nice it is to see like young Jewish knitters. It was like very, very like.
Yeah, she was like, it's nice to have Jewish podcasters. So really awesome.
I also ran into, I think, Andrea, somebody named so lovely. Who came up to me and was like, messaged and was like, sad to have missed Hannah. So nice to meet you.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
I know that.
That said, should we still have plans to go to Josie's and Saugerties?
Yeah, we have many plans, so should we?
And the perfect blend. So
Yeah,
do we have any last?
Let's just say what we're wearing, because you haven't, I think, worn this properly on a podcast before.
I have, but it's the Cleo cardigan, knit in Knitting for Olive, mohair held double with Farmer's Daughter's Surrey alpaca.
Amazing. And do you know your pattern name?
Yes, this is the Seasons Change sweater by Lucient Stitches.
Oh, and it does look like
I
Seasons
believe.
Change,
Yeah. And you did you follow her color charts, or did you just make that up?
Similar. Yeah, I just like slightly adjusted it. And it is some Lion brand yarn, and this was before I was bougie with yarn.
Wait,
and so it was
it's
just like
amazing,
yarn
though,
from
and
Michael's.
It's soft,
Baby,
and
why
durable.
did you become...
It is fully acrylic, but it is nice.
Baby, what made you become bougie with yarn?
What
Why-
presence in your life
What-
changed that?
Why did that happen?
You. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Well, also it was like it was being able to tell the difference, you know?
Now you
Yeah.
can. Well, I will
Yeah,
say this
Isabelle
is held
really
up beautifully,
opened me
and I just love the
Yeah.
sweater on you. It looks
Well,
amazing.
and I will say, like, in fairness, when we first started dating, Victoria was like, knitters are snobby, crochet pride,
yeah,
and I will never spend more than $9 on a ball of yarn.
Yeah.
totally.
And that is because I've run into a lot of snobby knitters.
And that
to
is,
be
well,
fair.
and and that's what I'm
Which
saying.
y'all are
I
not. I am
don't,
not, but
and I don't want that you being like, now I'm bougie to be your online presence, because
yes.
I want you to
you.
be true to your
Yes.
roots, because you still, I feel like now we have, yeah, you're like,
Yeah. That is true. I now like lean more like $7 to $9 a skein. And every now and then, like a fancy hand-dyed
we're working
$30,
on
but you know.
Wait, the last thing we need to do. I'm wearing also the Reverie sweater by Knits by Amelie, which I absolutely love. Couldn't recommend this sweater more. I love this designer. I've been dying to do more of her stuff this season. Do you want to talk about the yarn you bought quickly, just while we have you?
Oh, okay. I have to take advantage of my
Oh my
opportunity
God.
because I've been begging to be on the podcast.
Yeah, you really have, and you're
Over a year, and I somehow
You
never
have?
get invited to the
didn't know
record.
that, Tasha. Tasha's been dying. She's always like,
Oh my god.
yeah.
I need to go through your co-host.
Yeah,
instead.
discuss
I
it
can't rely on
with
you.
me.
I actually had a dream last night that I was a knitting podcast host.
Oh my god.
You should start your own.
Oh,
We
fast
have really
paced.
brought Tasha into the belly of the beast. Like, I feel like you had full on, kind of like, what's it called? Culture shock this weekend.
oh, for sure. I haven't even been knitting for a full year yet. And somehow I'm spending untold sums of money on yarn.
You want that like on a hat or something.
Somehow I'm spending untold sums.
I can only wish to have your budgeting willpower.
Yeah.
I bought this delightful gray sport undyed yarn.
From Boondoggle, which I've been wanting to
We
sweater
love
forever.
Boondoggle. And how cute was the person working there?
Oh my
Just
god.
so helpful.
Yeah.
And they like clearly love the wool. And they were also like so obviously touched when anyone was like, we remember you. Like,
Yeah.
Isabelle walked in and was like, remember, this was the yarn I was telling you about to Isabelle walked in and said to Victoria, like,
Yeah.
this is the yarn I was telling you about. And Victoria was like, oh my god. And then the person was like,
Because they have like rustic cashmere, which just I
yeah.
don't even.
And they're in Putney, Vermont.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
you bought a
also
sweater
I bought
quantities,
these-
and this is
Wait,
DK.
cool. What are those?
We bought,
Like for
Yeah.
felting?
what
No,
did
this
you buy?
is sport weight.
You bought
Sport
sweater,
weight.
sorry.
Yeah, sport weight, sweater quantity. I bought these very lovely notions.
What are
So
those?
these-
Vegan.
These are little latch hooks to pick
Oh.
up drop stitches, and you bought this from
Oh
Lindsay
my God,
Deegan of
beautiful,
Deegan Knits.
Tasha.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
the cutest notions.
Wow.
And also make really cute, like
Oh.
modern kind of patterns online. And then I bought this. What is this?
This is
alpaca.
100% fingering to, I would say, sport weight alpaca from Fab Yarns. This is the same alpaca I knit my brown sweater in that I wore yesterday.
And Chris's scarf.
And Chris's scarf, my
Love
god.
is scarf.
I
Don't
love
know.
is scarf, Tasha.
Shout out Chris. We
Yeah.
Chris fans.
Huge Chris
So
fans.
I bought this yarn with the intent to make a ballerina style top, and then Hannah could not help herself.
Oh my god. Okay, I got Yarnfluenced by Tasha was checking out. I had no intention of buying this yarn. And I forgot, gosh, I knit 2 things out of that yarn last year. I guess I really
yarn.
like it. And it's such
soft.
a crazy budget, right? Like, it is just, like, such a steal. Like, that weekend at Fab Yarns, they have 30% off. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And that yarn on its own is already such a steal. It's, like...
And then y'all
it's
also...
$35 for 600 yards. Am I right?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you can knit, like, depending on your size, you can knit a sweater in 2 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah. And then...
and they have 30% off on top of that, so, like...
Yeah. And then I've also now been influenced to also knit the ballerina top, and we'll be looking for yarn for it at the Perfect Blend.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna modify the Alexandra Tavel ballerina wrap top, which I've knit before, but I don't love the yarn I chose for that, so I'm gonna have to reknit it.
Okay.
Okay, we need to go.
We need to go.
Okay.
Bye. Love you.
Hi! Do you want to talk about your sweater?
Sure. This is the halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter.
Yes.
And
Boylan Knitworks is her Ravelry designer name.
it's knit in the Goodwill from Pearl Soho, which is, I think it's a sport weight, but so I sized down because this is a DK sweater. I sized down in the needle size, and it is 100% like rustic-ish wool. I haven't blocked it yet, but I will. And yeah, I really like it. You can't see, and I'm not going to stand up and show you, but the like swish of it and the shaping is really nice.
We have some really good pictures from Rhinebeck
with a couple of friends, so maybe we can post one of those pictures. It's pretty epic seeing them next to each other. And I had kind of originally wanted more of a contrast, but I'm loving the like minty blue with the coastal grandmother grayish, brown beige situation.
But I love it. I feel like it's actually, first off, it's showing up really well.
Yeah.
And I feel like the icy blue or the minty blue contrasts and pops more than like a white or like a cream would have.
Thank you.
I love it. I think it's so interesting. I would have never thought to do that.
I
that
was
like blue
inspired
color.
both in yarn selection and color selection by Anna from Brick Willow.
Did she do that
She did
pattern?
She did a Dagon pattern.
Yes.
A Dagon, whatever.
Who I met at Wool and Folk. Did you do it?
I heard that they. No, you didn't. That's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, it was cool.
I also heard that they live in Brooklyn. Which...
Yes. So it's not Sarah. I forget. Lindsay Dagan is the designer. They live in Brooklyn and work at like Textile Art Center, Tatter Blue Library, all connected.
Oh, they do? Maybe I
Actually, I don't think they do anymore. I think they maybe moved, but like are affiliated.
I heard that Tatter has a knitting group, and I DM'd them and emailed them about what it is because it's not on the website.
Oh, and they haven't responded?
No, I want to go.
Wait, we should also, if they haven't responded, we should like start it up.
Well, yeah, but like the person I spoke to at their booth at Wool and Folk was like, "You gotta come," and we had a whole conversation. So I was like, "Hello."
Yeah.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
I realized I have one other thing that I got at Rhinebeck from Tattered Blue Library that I should show.
Oh yeah, you should.
So I'll grab that in a second. Yeah, it's really pretty.
Anyway, so that's the sweater. I really like it. It is like a little bit pilling from just wearing it at Rhinebeck in like 2 or 3 times. So I'm curious. I haven't blocked it yet. I'm wondering if it's just like it's our first big pill and then it's gonna chill, or if this yarn is not all that I thought it would be. But I hope it is, and I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
It's interesting because it doesn't feel like yarn that would pill at all. That's what's funky about it.
Yeah, but it definitely like
just a little bit, yeah.
Well, I de-pilled it a little.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Obviously not fully, but
I want to get a gleaner. I actually had one. They were selling them at J. Crew. They were selling like sweater gleaners at J. Crew, and I had one in my hand, and then, long story short, the woman was like, "I'll hold it for you," and then I forgot to ask for it at the register. So what was me?
But yeah, so I'll let you know because I think it's got a lot of potential. It's a pretty well priced yarn for yardage. Also, it's like huge yardage per skein, but we'll see. I'll tell you.
Beautiful, so beautiful.
I actually wear it. I'm really happy. It's like very warm, but when it's cold.
Yeah, are you warm right now?
No.
Okay, I am. So I might open the window, and then I can talk about my. I did not expect to be so warm with this sweater on.
These are warm rustic sweaters, but I have been surprised at how wearable this is. I was like a little bit like this is going to be an outdoors hiking vibe sweater, but I think I can wear it.
Camping, that sweater camping. So.
It's like
by a creek.
Isn't it cute?
Would love.
It's cute.
I love
it. I like it from the back too. The like
This sweater is like one of my favorite things you've knit. I just feel like the shape is so good. Like this neckline is giving me like honestly we kind of want similar necklines.
Yeah, I love a mock
It's my
neck.
everything. It's my everything.
We are going to talk about this, but I'm doing it. I'm prioritizing knitting for myself. Things that fit well, things that are like wearable. And I feel like this is funky, but super wearable.
Super wearable. And you've worn it to work, right?
Not yet, because like it's hot at work.
Yeah.
But I like feel like I can when it's. I work in a school right now, and it's like so hot.
Yeah.
The heat is like.
Yeah, there's like weird.
You can't control it.
Well,
it's
there's
like a New York
like,
City school thing.
Yeah, it's a New York City school thing, and there's like weird heat laws, right?
Yeah. Because you can't like not heat
it.
the
Yeah.
children.
So yeah.
Whatever, but then you like cook the children.
Yeah, literally the children.
And the Isabelle, so it's fine. But yeah, I like it. I actually I put it on the other night when I was watching TV because it was chilly, and I was like, with my like pajama pants, and I was like, I'm the cutest little cutie that
is awesome.
Cuted.
You are the cutest little cutie. I'm also like happy. So obviously we're podcasting belatedly, but I'm actually really happy because it's like bringing back all these memories.
Yeah.
Like I did the cuffs.
Yeah, I forgot, Hannah.
So it was the night before Rhinebeck, and all through the house, the ladies were knitting like crazy. Yeah,
like crazy, like a mouse now.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
Finishing their blouse.
Finishing their blouse. Yes, perfect.
And
it was so like also we all stayed together in Rhinebeck, and it was so much fun. Just like when we first got, I was like, oh, because last year, first off, okay, side tangent. First off, last year Isabelle and I went to Rhinebeck together and we watched Practical Magic for the first time. I had never seen it, so go watch it if you've never seen it. It is wild, it is funky, it's bizarre, it's weird. Amazing. It's an awesome movie. It was also the 50th anniversary. No, just kidding. 20th. No, just kidding. Maybe 20th anniversary of that movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This year, yeah.
Oh.
And the director is Joan Didion's nephew. Huh. And I just watched a movie I just watched After Hours that he's the star in. Anyway, moving on. So I was like, when we got there and there was no TV, I was like super disappointed because I was like, oh my God, like we're not going to be able to watch a movie. But then we just chatted and knitted all night, and that's like what you should do.
It was really nice.
And so anyway, we're all like, I had finished my sweater on Thursday, blocked it on Thursday night. It blocked really fast because I'll talk about it in a second.
Actually, but like crazy pants that it blocked so fast.
And it was like dry. And also it was winter and had not stopped raining for like a month. So I don't know how it dried so fast. But
I can't believe that you risked that.
Yeah, honestly, it needed it. It really needed it. It was like, it didn't super need it, but I was like, may as well. And I knew I had like 2 days, and I knew that it was fingering weight, so I was like, yeah.
Incredible. Take a hair dryer to it.
Yeah. I knew I had options. But then you were knitting like a mad woman, and then I was like, let me just sub in.
Sleeving. I was doing the sleeves, and then Hannah just finished my sleeves for me.
Yeah.
Did you did the ribbing too, or did you?
I did ribbing.
I didn't want to do the bind off.
I did ribbing, and I don't mind. I do
Italian.
I think I do an Italian tubular.
Yeah.
I do the Shibui knits tutorial. Rip Shibui knits, but their tutorials live on and prosper. So I do that tutorial, and I always do it, and I think it looks nice.
So Hannah finished it for me the night before Ryan.
Yeah, it's great. I can't believe you did this part. That you did a tubular bind off the bottom, which is crazy. That's like.
And now I'll never go back, is what I learned
after you doing a tubular bind off.
Yeah, it's just so much better.
I mean, it's just nice that you don't have to worry about it. Like,
yeah,
it's just a nice.
I'm gonna go back and redo sweaters that I didn't do it on, to be honest.
So this sweater.
Yeah, talk about your sweater.
Okay, yeah. Well, let me talk about the bind off. Maybe I'll go bottom up. I don't know. But like, I have not done like a normal just. What would you call that bind off? I think it's just called like a knit bind off, right?
I think it has a name, but I don't know what it is.
Where you knit to yeah. I haven't done that in so long, but I just thought it would look really pretty on the sweater.
Because you wanted it to be cinched.
Yeah, well, I wanted it to be cinched. I mean, it's actually like, I mean, the bottom is just not tight to me, so it's not tight in general. But I thought, just because of the way that this sweater is with the corrugated ribbing at the bottom, I knew that I needed like.
Because also the corrugated ribbing is a little bit tighter because of the color work.
Yeah, the corrugated ribbing just doesn't look like ribbing. It's interesting. It looks just like, I guess this is vertical stripes.
Yeah.
So this sweater was designed by me. It is based on some color work by
It's like amazing.
the Finch sweater by what's the name of that color work designer? Do you remember?
Couldn't tell you. We mentioned it.
She'll come to me later. But the sizing, which is what basically I followed the sizing and some of the increases from the Paul Klee's sweater, which is which is an amazing sweater that I plan to knit, and I also just was so drawn to that sweater because of the shape. So I followed that for the sleeves, and I followed that for the body, which isn't, the body is just knit straight. I don't think you do any decreases on the body. And yeah, I loved the shapes. And so I started by, I made up these motifs. I used Chartminder to kind of make some motifs. And
it's incredible.
Yeah, they were all, thank you. They were all multiples of 6 stitches. That's fun. I'm happy to actually share the charts. I think I have, I'm not sure if I have those actually. I think I kind of did it as I went. I have no intentions of making this a pattern. I think it's kind of crazy. I mean, if anyone is really, really interested, we can have a coffee chat about it or something. But yeah, I had fun. The idea was kind of to do like a crazy modern color work yoke that is traditional in some sorts, but breaks with tradition in other aspects. And then I did increasing stripes, which was like which for me, I went back and forth like a million times on, and I actually redid them, which when you're knitting I think I knit with size 4 needles throughout. Even with the color work tension for me wasn't too crazy. It was my first time doing color work or color work. I had done a hat like 3 years ago, but doing real color work, and I didn't know I could throw. I haven't thrown yarn.
I love it.
For 10 years probably. I haven't thrown
gosh.
knitting in 10 years, and I didn't know I had that muscle in me. And I just saw somebody.
It's kind of fun, no?
So fun. I just saw like somebody posting like, this is magic. Like, I didn't know I could do this. Like, I felt like I was knitting with 2 hands. So that was really, really fun. And I still don't know a lot of color work theory. Like, I don't know about like dominant yarn.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And I have that, like, I know where I can get that knowledge, and I will if I seek to pursue it. But for now, I just kind of, I hold the yarn in my left hand when I'm knitting continental. So that was the yarn that I held when I had to do like the most stitches in that color. I was holding my left hand, and the one that I had to do fewer stitches in, I held in my right hand. Yeah. And
it's amazing. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, really. And I just used, it's fingering weight yarn, size 4 needles, mostly Holskarn cones, which I love. This color is graphite, which was the black color. And then I used for the gray color, silver gray, which I think they still sell. And then I used scraps of either, I actually didn't use that many scraps of Holskarn because I don't have a ton of bright colors from Holskarn. I tend to buy them in like neutral cones. But I did, it's all mostly Pearl Soho Linen Quill.
Incredible.
Yeah.
From your half wraps.
Yes.
Which is just, oh my God.
Yes.
Incredible.
So that's really fun to have all my half wraps and all my like weird linen quill projects. And then if people had like, I actually think you have some yarn in here, like
that blue, I think is
this blue is actually not your. Actually, there's possible it is.
No, maybe not.
This is a La Bien Aimée. The red is a La Bien Aimée.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we don't really care. But anyway, so yeah, like most of it's Pearl Soho.
But it holds like the story of the things you
all
did.
the projects, and I just listen, in my mind I was like, this is gonna be a stash busting project. I used like probably a gram of each color,
You used your cone.
but I used a lot of, that's true, I used a lot of, I mean, I also bought a new cone, but this is
you know what, it's a cycle.
It's a forever cone. Yeah,
It's a forever cone.
and yeah, so anyway, it was awesome to knit. I highly encourage yourself, if you have the mental capacity, embark on that crazy project. I've been knitting a lot of really wearable neutral stuff, which I've loved, but I was like, I need something to feel proud of, something exciting that I like. I had that space in that room for like that level of creative output, and yeah.
And what I've like been seeing a lot of like
like a diary quilt concept where you're like doing a square that like is how you're feeling that day or something, and you had kind of described a similar thing of like it was just like you didn't plan the whole thing at once, like you did like one motif at a time, and then you'd be like, what do I feel, and like play with it, and I thought that was so cool and expressive.
100%. And not,
I want to do something like that.
Yeah, and not something that I would generally allow myself to do. And also it was a really cool practice in like color, right? Like I'd knit one color and I'd be like, that color doesn't look good, and then I'd undo it.
Did you undo a lot?
Yeah, honestly, I did a little bit in this sweater. It's okay, right? Because it's all stuck in it. The color work takes a while, but color work, I mean, I get it.
It's addictive, so
I get it.
It makes
guys.
it fun. It's potato chippy.
Yeah, I have to figure out what my next color work project is, because this is probably like as crazy as I'll go for sweater, but to figure out what my next color work project will be. I love, I always loved Junko Okamoto, and I could imagine doing just one of her two colors color work sweaters. Oh my god, actually I'm saying it now and I'm like, I need to be doing that. Okay, so done. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so those are our sweaters, and we were able to finish them in time, and wearing it was so fun. And sorry, I've been talking a lot.
No, oh my god, you're perfect.
Okay, thanks. Do you want to talk about the meetup?
Yeah,
which was so awesome. Yeah, I think we talked about it maybe we can do a brief recap. Yeah.
Okay, I guess we did. We talked about it in the little video.
Yeah, we did. So anyway, but we had a meetup, and we'll do it next year, and it was just like really cute for people who came out, and we love you all for watching if you do at all, And
I was just convinced nobody was gonna come.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, perfect, we'll do it by the pickle stand, and then the pickle stand was like by a bathroom and a brick wall, and Isabelle was like, are you sure you want to do it here? And I was like, we've committed. So yeah, but it was awesome, and it was rainy as heck, and yeah, it was and I think like more has come out since that weekend about like whatever yada yada ethical stuff that is really important. Ignore my yada yada, but I think I don't want to like pile onto that. We had a really special experience that weekend. Yeah, and it was unique in many ways, and I 100% validate all those like accessibility issues. Some of those events were crazy and burnouty, and we certainly did not. I will say 100% impacted my like ability to appreciate the yarn. Like I wasn't gonna buy yarn. I was just too like focused on how to stay dry in some regards. But I think we were really able to like harness the like community fun and that aspect of the event, and like we promised to keep buying yarn from Melody. You did some damage also afterwards. And still were able to make some cool connections, regardless.
Like a lot
and you just, you go your own speed at these things, which is nice. Like, I feel like every year since the first year, you've just, like, last year we didn't really stay at Rhinebeck proper for that long, and this year we're like, this is great, and stayed a bit longer. And this year, my friend Tasha, who came with me, who we love, it was her first time, and, like, what a crazy weekend to have as your first Rhinebeck weekend. And she was at one point was like, I'm gonna sit down. You keep on shopping. I'm gonna sit down. I'm like, awesome,
Yeah, and I think that's so nice. Like what I feel like we really see it as like a holistic weekend experience, and I think it's really easy to put a lot of pressure on it, and also get FOMO if you're not there, or if you're like seeing people are there but you didn't get to see the thing they saw or do the thing they did or whatever. But I think it's just like a special weekend of seeing people who are excited about what you're excited about, and like friends you from Instagram that you haven't met in person, and like I don't know, people came up to us and recognized us, and I didn't expect that, and it was just like it's really nice. And I think we sort of did just do what we want. Like we enjoyed the towns, and we enjoyed the Hudson Valley, and we like just were giddy, but it wasn't like there wasn't a list of things we had to do. I think we really were intentional about sort of like, taking it at our own pace, and it was nice and magical, and accessibility is something we should always talk about, but
can I say what I want to do next? Did you know what was last weekend? What knitting festival was last weekend? Barcelona knits. Girl, I was like,
wait, I have a
Barcelona
friend
in the fall
who went to that.
Really?
Like an Instagram friend, because and James Watts was there. And she took their class.
Cool. Where do they live? Where does your friend live?
I don't know. I think Barcelona. We just did like a swap.
Oh,
she
cool.
mailed me, she made me a yarn swift.
Wow, that's really cool.
And I dyed a bunch of yarn for her. And I'm still waiting for it to arrive, but I'm so excited. It's like beautiful. So
That's
I'll
amazing.
share it.
That's so cool.
But yeah, she mentioned. Yeah, we've like never met, but she made one for herself and I like needed a new one and I was like, say no.
Yeah.
Say no. But do you want to do like some kind of exchange or I'll pay it for it? Like it's so beautiful and I like haven't, mine keeps breaking and I like haven't seen one like it.
That's so cool.
And she like said yes, which I was like,
oh my God. Wow, what an amazing idea.
I know. So
yeah.
anyways.
But
yeah,
I want to go to
like,
Barcelona.
I want to do yarn tourism.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I totally want to do yarn tourism. I would be, that's 100% of my, so. My boyfriend is going to Japan today. He's literally on a flight to Japan right now.
Rude.
God, the yarn stores that we were looking at there.
Wait, Hannah, is he gonna buy you yarn?
I told him don't. I mean, come on, that's a crazy ass. But you know, he's sweet. He's sweet.
Why
so
is
yeah,
that a crazy
we
ass?
were looking at yarn shops together. Walnut. So Amarisu. Oh my God, we have so much to talk about this episode. So Amarisu is like a Japanese knitting magazine. They were actually at Wool & Folk. They came to Japan from Japan to Wool & Folk.
I saw it. Yeah,
it's so cute. That's so sweet. I was like, oh my gosh.
And their patterns are beautiful.
And the way that Pom Pom has such a hold on my heart, and Pom Pom is no more. Oh my God, my heart shattered when I read that. When I read that, I want to put in a picture. You'll have to see my room. I just put up these floating shelves and it's just Pom Pom magazines. Like, I love Pom Pom. I've never actually knit a pattern from Pom Pom magazine, which I will hold myself to. Like, I'm okay with that. You know, I usually am like, oh, I need to use minimalism. I just love Pom Pom as a publication. I leaf through them at night sometimes before I go to bed. Like, so I'm like, well, Pom Pom is no more. Like, I need maybe Amarisu, maybe Lina. Like, I need something else.
I love Lina.
So I'm gonna order something else.
I want to subscribe to Lina. I wish that Sandness Garn would freaking let us subscribe to them and just send us their patterns.
They have like a pattern subscription service, or
no?
Oh,
You have to buy yarn, but it's rude. And also, I want to subscribe to Wool Folk.
What is that? Like the yarn company?
No, I think it's like an unrelated pattern thingy.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
But yeah, it's very sad. I never got that into pom pom patterns. Like I like the idea of them, but
I have some like on my back burner that I want to do. You know, you just do it. You knit what you want to knit. I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. Like, oh, can I find that like type of pattern in a pom pom magazine? It's like when the time comes, I'll knit that pom pom pattern. But anyway, I would love to do, you know, a Japan yarn tour, obviously Scandinavia.
Wait, make Chris a wish list.
Here's the thing, I don't want to hold it. First up, I have more yarn than any girl could ever dream of, you know?
That is not true.
I have more yarn than this girl could ever dream of.
She has a third of the yarn that I have.
You know, to each his or her own. And so
I'm really showing my cards. I'm like, have him buy it.
No, because I just didn't. He took that. I didn't even send him yarn stores because I was like, whatever. We don't have to talk about religion on this YouTube podcast. But I didn't anyway.
Victoria, buy me some. I'm gonna edit that out.
But I just don't want him to feel. It's his trip. I'm like, don't feel pressure. But he obviously bookmarked. I'm more interested in what the yarn stores are like. You know, I go into yarn stores. I buy at Rhinebeck and I'll buy as I need for projects. I don't really, when I go to places, I love to look in the yarn stores. I don't really buy a skein here or there that much, you know? So it's hard to, I don't even, you know, I have.
Yeah, but I have the ambiance and the chat and seeing what's there.
Yeah, so true. So anyway, should we talk about what we bought?
Yeah.
Speaking of buying yarn, let's talk about what we bought. Okay.
Fast forward if you're not interested. We will talk about whips after.
Yeah. You go first because I think.
Okay, so
I think you probably bought more than I.
Did I?
Actually, not really.
We might have done about the same.
Yeah. I didn't really have.
My first skein was at the first booth that I saw at Woolfolk, Newbury Yarn Company. I've been wanting a red sock, a ribbed, simple, high red sock, for 2 years. This is merino nylon, and it is the nicest merino nylon sock base I've ever touched.
Can I interrupt? Sorry, you saying merino nylon sounds like the name of the colorwork designer I was forgetting. Marie Wallen. This whole time I've been trying to remember it. Her name is Marie Wallen. She's like the epic colorwork master.
I love it.
Yeah.
Touch it.
This is amazing. This is very tomato soup core. Wow.
Yeah, and I've been really vibing with red. For the J. Crew Black Friday sale, I bought some red pajama, like bright red, and I bought some bright red.
I feel like it would look so pretty with your lips and stuff.
Thank you, and I also got bright red yarn from Pearl Soho to make.
Nice.
I bought a skein of the cashmerino
I
to
love
make
that
a
yarn.
hat.
I love that
cable
yarn.
hat.
Which hat? Do you know which hat?
I forget the pattern. I'll tell you when I do it. But yeah,
that yarn is amazing.
so like I'm on the red train right now. I think.
I mean, you've seen my apartment. I love red is my contrast color. I love it.
And this yarn company, I had never heard of them, but they're located in Newburgh, obviously, in New York, and they're really, really kind and lovely and really nice bases and colors. So,
Yay.
would recommend.
I love that.
I hope it's not too soft to be durable, but we'll see. I really like it.
I love my comfy, cozy, cushy socks that I just.
But I want this to be an in-shoe socks. An in-shoe sock.
Yeah, maybe. You might have to go down to like a size 0. Whatever, we can talk about it. I mean, that could certainly be an in Birkenstock sock.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna do the Pearl Soho toe up ribbed sock with like the tiny cables in between the ribs.
Oh, cute. That's such a beautiful sock pattern. Yeah. I actually think I own that sock pattern. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I bought first.
Okay, I will share. Yeah, I just bought 2 yarns. But I guess this is technically the yarn I bought first.
This yarn is insane.
I wasn't familiar with this mill. It's called Garthenor Organic, and they are fully from
the Falkland Islands?
No, I think they're Welsh.
So it's
They're Welsh. They came from Wales.
Wow.
With all their amazing yarn. It is the soft, rustic yarn of your dreams. I have a hard time, being environmentally anxious. I had a hard time. I've been looking for non-superwash recently, and that's what I.
Sure of this so I can buy some.
Yeah, and I had this idea of something, and I was like, it'll be hard to find. I didn't want to, put hold myself to anything going into Rhinebeck, but
it's light.
I came across the stands. It's light. It's beautiful. I keep on thinking of the sweater. I've been trying on clothing, putting on pants, thinking of this sweater. So I think I'm gonna cast on this weekend.
I can't even.
I was like, you should do something more interesting. I'm like, you want to do the Everyday Sweater by Andrea Mowry. You've been talking about it for 5 million years. Just knit the sweater you want to knit.
Okay.
Yeah, so Garthenor Organic, and the type of yarn is Presley, and the color is Basalt.
And it's Polwarth, Romney, and Hebridean wool, none of which I have heard of, except I guess I've heard
Romney, yeah.
But it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It is a sport weight, which is hard to find, and that's the yarn that I need for that Andrea Mowry pattern. I am really, so excited. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
That's it funny. She got a silly text.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's wow. Wow.
So I got a sweater coming together. I'm really excited. I had this idea of like the perfect yarn, and I thought I wouldn't find it. I didn't want to I wasn't trying to touch every single wool, and then I also like Rhinebeck for me. For some reason, I respond. Not for some reason. I mean, it's like just a little bit of shopper experience. The big buildings versus the barns, I guess. Mm-hmm. I always do better in.
In the buildings?
Yeah, the lighting is better.
I never even go in the buildings. I have not been in the buildings yet.
What? Girl, are you serious? That's where they have this. No, wait, we went together. We went last year because you got the blue cotton.
No, that was in a barn.
No, it wasn't.
I'm positive.
Right in the back. You have been in the building. Okay, barns. I don't know what buildings we're talking about.
Oh.
So I don't think there are buildings.
There's one building, isn't there?
Maybe. I don't know.
The truth is, I don't know what's going on at Rhinebeck. It's like very overwhelming. I just am like, la la la, if I find stuff, I find stuff. But
yeah, these are in the barns, so and the lighting's a little bit better, so I feel like I always kind of buy stuff there. But yeah, this is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I really am like, I'm just gonna cast on today. Okay, you talk about.
Okay, the next skein I got is a whip now.
Stop.
So
It's so pretty.
Whoops, and it's tangled. Please hold. Okay. Wow. It is from Boondoggle Farm.
Yes. Can I put this on?
Yeah.
These are so perfect. Wow. Is this a Pearl Soho pattern?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like half
Look
done
at that gusset.
with the second one. I think
love,
it's beautiful.
Love.
And it feels incredible. I've been wanting to buy from Boondoggle Farms for 2 years now. They have like a rustic cashmere that kills me.
This is amazing.
I am gonna eke this out. I'm like nervous and playing chicken, and if it works out and I have a little extra, Victoria's gonna crochet me a little thingy to like make them longer. And if not, I don't care. Because my first Rhinebeck, I only bought one skein, and it was a hand spun Icelandic wool, and I made mittens and a hat, and it was like the skein that kept giving, but but I accidentally, one of the mittens ended up in the wash and got shrunk.
Oh no.
So I'm
I'm
gonna shrink the other one and give it to a kid, but I'm making more, and I don't remember what pattern I used for the other ones, but I really do love this gusset.
It really like fits the hand well. Like you put it in and it kind of is like 3D. It's amazing.
I like love it. So
those are so cute. Oh my gosh.
Thank
those are
you.
really cute.
And I also
they're very sleek, yeah.
Yeah, and I love the brown, and they're really
they're like the LBD of mittens. They're really cute.
And it's a nice like it's a worsted weight, but it's a tight gauge, so it feels really like and it's soft, but not like, but it's, you know, non-superwash and farmy. And I actually also ordered the Pearl Soho boucle mitten thing that they're like promoting. I ordered them in gray, because I may or may not know that my parents secretly got me a black wool coat for Hanukkah.
Love that. That's awesome.
So I'm all over the accessories.
Amazing.
Which is why I ordered that red hat skein and boucle gray mitten skein. So I'm really excited to be like a cutie pie accessories girl. And I'm almost done. And I have a bunch of whips, but I was like, I want something that I can finish quick, and I need mittens. Like I don't have my go-to's shrunk, so
yeah.
I love it.
That's amazing. Those are so pretty.
And I love this place. I would love to get a sweater quantity from them someday. I know Tasha did, and I'm like jealous.
Yeah. Boondoggle was at Wool and Folk, and the person working there was so cute, and it's just really nice.
Their yarn is cool.
Yeah.
So a rustic cashmere, like, are you kidding?
And then the only other thing I bought was this Fab Yarns alpaca, which is like a sport weight black alpaca, and we're all gonna do, basically everyone ended up buying this yarn because we're all gonna do an alpaca ballerina wrap top sweater. So stay tuned for that.
And I'll
really
mention fun. I got the same 660 yard alpaca hank, but from the Perfect Blend, which Hannah's used in the past, and I'm convinced that they're the exact same thing.
Yarn,
because we've also seen this same kind of thing branded differently at Argyle Yarn.
Yeah.
And I think it's smart, like the yarn stores sort of do this and brand it for themselves, but so that was the other thing I got, and I love it. I'm really excited. And
sorry, you're hearing some Brooklyn sounds right now.
It's some Brooklyn sounds. It's be beautiful way to say that.
Amazing. So, I'm really excited. Did you bought 2 of those or 3 of those?
I only bought 1, and I'm gonna order 2 more.
Okay, nice.
Which I need to do when I get paid next.
Nice.
So yeah.
Did you buy anything else?
I did. I bought one more thing, which is also a whip now, and it's like more than halfway done. I bought some Knitting for Olive heavy merino in
amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In charcoal.
You've been working.
The way that I knit for 48 hours straight, Wednesday and Thursday, and actually like haven't knit in the past 2 days because I'm like, that was a lot of knitting. Yeah. Which has never happened to me before.
Oh my god, look at your cute little
Yeah, so this is gonna be the Eun, E-U-N sweater. This is the tag. It says this is the back and it has a sheep tush.
Oh my god, you're so cute.
Yeah.
Isabelle.
Thank you. It has like ribbing that starts kind of high up. And is like split. And I have been like kind of angsting about where to split it because it sort of like was mid nipple where they said to do it, but I actually think it might be time because it's like
No longer.
although it's like just under the boob.
Go a little. I feel like you always.
Because I want it to be like long.
Yeah, so go a little longer.
I'm gonna try it on again, but that's the pattern, and I actually kind of want to show you a picture of it because I feel like this is super cute, but like it's gonna be magical.
Wait, so when did you get this idea? Tell me about the inside, because I have not seen this, and you've knit so much.
Think that I went. I think I showed up to the yarn store with the pattern, but maybe I didn't.
Which yarn store?
To the Perfect Blend.
Oh, they have this?
Yeah, I bought like half of it there, and then I ordered the rest from Knitting for Olive because I realized it was a little bit cheaper there.
Okay. And
because the Perfect Blend, whom I love, took a really long time to get back to me about orders that I put in that day, so
okay.
I was just like, I need more yarn, like
I'm
I'm on my way. But
you put in orders at the Perfect Blend?
Yeah, because they didn't have any more skeins of this. They only had like half what I needed of that, but I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I can always like alternate rows. And actually, kudos to Knitting for Olive. These are different dye lots, and you cannot tell at all. Like,
okay. Yeah, you
really can't tell.
Yeah.
So hopefully it stays that way, but like
nice.
I like, don't even know. I can't tell the difference. Like, so, but I'll show you the sweater. I truly don't remember if I just was like, this is the rough yardage I need for like a heavy. Basically, I was looking for just like a really wearable yarn
or sweater. Or yarn
for sweater, like a not so rustic that I couldn't wear it on a daily thing,
but like not fluffy and floofy, like
and I love
you're eating it.
This is what it's gonna be like.
Oh my god! Wait, stunning. Let me see.
So that's why I'm not sure where to put it.
Oh,
because I don't want it to be too low.
Wow. Are you gonna do the neckline? Or are you gonna? Oh no, you already did. You're perfect modified. Because I was like.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be like folded.
My
okay, and so I feel like I'm like scattered talking about it. I like Heavy Merino from Knitting for Olive because it is like very smooth yarn. It's rustic, but it's smooth and it's kind of dry, if that makes sense. And I feel like
stunning.
It just holds up really well.
Yeah.
So.
I love like that you're just holding it single because I feel like you're always like
no mohair. Yeah, I want it to be really practical. It's my first time knitting with black. I love it.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna wear it so much, like literally with every pair of pants that I own.
You're gonna wear it so much.
And I was like, I'm like loving that I sewed in the tag because now it's like the cutest thing.
Oh, this is awesome! I'm so happy for you.
So that was my other Rhinebeck purchase. And then since then, I'll just say, KnitPicks is having a sale, and Lauren, our friend, is knitting a big rib sweater, which I knit and shrunk because the cat peed on it, yada yada. You've heard this horrible story. I've named it Big Rib Tragedy on my Ravelry page, but my mom wears it now and she's happy. But so I've been wanting to re-knit it because it's a great pattern, and Lauren's knitting it in Wander Fluff, which is a KnitPicks alpaca and like polyamide blend, and I literally got a sweater's quantity on sale for $40 in my size, which is like really cool, and I just think I'm gonna wear the heck out of it. So that's my other, like, I got it in a dark gray. So I'm doing a lot of like dark, black, whatever.
Nice, just wearable.
I'm just really excited about the patterns, and I think like having those in my closet is gonna feel so good. And I'm fired up, and then I can go back to doing maybe more like interesting stuff. But this is like interesting to me right now. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Ta-da!
I'll talk about the whip that I've been like most excited about, which I'll probably finish today.
Hannah.
Excuse me, sorry.
Are you?
So this is my Robin beanie by Sorry Nordland.
What the actual fuck is this?
It's a top down. This is like my faux cashmere blend, which is Woolfolk Far plus Itai Sensei mohair.
Oh my god.
In March of this year, actually on my birthday, I went into Sticks in Bozeman, Montana, which is one of my favorite yarn stores. my friend's mom also owns it.
Yeah.
And they had this exact combination. I touched it. I was like, I want that. I want that to be my hat I wear every day. I don't really have a hat that I love and I wear every day.
I love the color.
And it's just feels like cashmere.
If I buy the exact same thing,
go for it. Literally go for it. I feel like it looks really luxurious.
It's a good pattern too. What is that?
It's the Robin beanie.
Oh.
It's just a little bit of an elevated.
Who's it by?
Sorry, Nordland.
Did you already just say that?
Yes, but it's okay.
The
people need to know.
It's really nice.
And it's a lot of knitting. I was like, this is taking a long time. I am not used to a hat taking that long. But it's almost 2 skeins. You need 2 skeins of the Woolfolk Far, which you can get both these at Cleo's. So go to Cleo's. And I'm just knitting all the way down because it's so much knitting.
Is it like...
And I'll probably just knit through this ball because I don't want to have leftovers.
Is it one of those ones that then goes on the inside?
You do it 3 times. You fold. So, I mean, it could be done if it was just folded once, which I did with my orange one, but I used a super wash with my orange one, and I do not like that hat. Like, you can see it could be done right now.
Yeah, but I'm
gonna do the 3 folds. I want it to be just like that cozy, warm, beautiful hat that you wear all year.
Hannah.
So I'm really excited to knit that, and it just feels like after this, I needed solid color and I needed luxury, and so
it's really, really nice.
that's what this. Sorry, my hair's gonna.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, of course.
Do I want the same color? Because with my black coat.
Figure out what you want with your black coat and with your ins. You could do a dark brown, deep red. Woolfolk Far, I don't think Woolfolk Far has great colors.
No, Woolfolk is amazing yarn with not great colors.
Yeah, so you might have to,
like
might be slim pickings, yeah.
This is like thick. Oh my god, Hannah. Mm-hmm. And it's got a halo, but it's not like
but it's not, and it's not, I'm sensitive to mohair in a hat, and it's totally fine.
Wow, fuck.
Yeah, so that's going to be my luxury hat that I really am just loving and so happy about.
Yay.
Yeah. What else are you working on?
I have 2 more whips that are like active.
Yay, show us.
Okay, so I think I talked about that I got this also Woolfolk yarn Snow at the Cornwall yarn shop for $90 for 10 skeins because
oh my gosh,
it was on clearance.
That's such a crazy. Oh my gosh, the yarn is so soft. I did not know about Woolfolk until yesterday.
It's 100% merino.
Oh, that is such a cool.
It's like perfect,
and it's fingering weight, but it's still this awesome plied craziness.
And Victoria, my girlfriend, also got the same yarn but in brown. So she's making like a basic crew neck. I forget what pattern, the gingerbread sweater, something like that.
I don't know that one.
And so we're like kind of matching, but not totally. I was inspired by you, Hannah, and I looked through Atelier Emily's patterns.
She is the best. Yes.
She's like the best, and her patterns look so good on people of all sizes. Because I was really looking on Ravelry to like make sure.
Yes.
And her fit is just incredible.
This is a crazy French designer, and I don't know anyone else who's knit her patterns in America. Atelier Amelie. Literally knit her stuff.
Incredible.
Amazing.
So this is not look like anything yet, but it feels...
No, we can sell.
It feels like something good if you want to touch it.
Oh, yeah, it feels like...
And it's...
How is the yarn so
No, it's like
soft?
insane. And Victoria's is even softer, I think, because like dark blue and black gets a little bit less soft because of the dye. Hers is like...
Interesting. I mean, that's funny you say that. It has like a halo just like of this yarn. Oh. I need to know what this yarn is.
No, it's like amazing.
It's yarn is crazy.
I'm gonna wear it like on my skin every day. And the like raglan is beautiful.
I can't believe you got like
for
$90 that much. So what is the finish? Can I pull it up?
Yeah, so it's the chambray, I think, and it is a V-neck with a collar that is supposed to be knit in like Surrey or mohair, but I'm doing it obviously not in that. Sorry.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm like iffy. I can't decide. I really, really angsted because this yarn is perfect, and I didn't want a crew neck, and I originally knit like this really complicated start of a sweater by Tetty or Tetty.
Yeah, Tetty's.
Knit, but it was like that.
Knit Garden.
Really tiny like cables,
and I just was like so obsessed with the shape of it, but I realized that it wasn't worth like truly the tiniest knit sweater I've ever made, with like 800 stitches a row.
But also with that yarn, I don't
for
want
that yarn, I don't want a cable.
No,
so
yeah.
I like really angsted it. I tried something, I frogged it, and I looked through so many patterns, and I'm not totally convinced, but I don't wear crew necks that much, and I think that, and I all do a lot of like mock necks, and I wanted something like more like what I would usually wear, or buy that's not like hand knit. If I don't, like, if not vibing with the collar, because it's, like, added on, I'm gonna do a mod and just make it a V-neck with ribbing, which somebody else did.
Perfect. Wow, awesome, Isabelle.
But I'll show you. And it really looks good on people on Ravelry, so, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm like, boopity boopity boo. Okay, so this is the pattern.
Oh, yes. Wait, I think the collar's so cute.
Yeah, I know.
I think the collar's
and
so
I
cute.
like a slouchy collared thing. Like I wear a lot of like
you do like
slouchy
an open
button
blouse.
downs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really hopeful about it, and I'm really nervous because I feel like it's like the dream yarn, and I'm like it's high stakes. But I was like knitting it almost exclusively, and then I finished my like second ball of yarn almost, and I just like want to wait for my new Swift.
Oh yeah, because that's fingering weight.
Because it's fingering
weight. Do you
weight.
want me to?
No, I have a Swift.
Okay.
But I'm just like excited
to use your new one. Yeah.
It's like silly. So
you have like
I have other.
You have like 7 more skeins of that also. Like this will not be your.
Yeah. No, I know, but I just am like whatever.
I 100% feel that.
So, yeah, and then I have one other whip that I've been working on. But do you?
Yeah, I have 2 other things. To be honest, this knit is getting me down, and I'll explain why.
Why? I love it.
It's looking really beautiful. I have a warm weather vacation to Texas over New Year's coming up. So that's kind of my goal, to have it done by then. I am almost done. So this is the Dappled Lace Raglan by James Watts. I'm knitting it using Holskarn Coast. You're so sweet.
Oh no, I'm sorry for the yawns.
It's okay, it's a lazy Sunday here. Or Saturday, actually. It's awesome. Here's the thing. I am feeling like the pattern doesn't have sleeve modifications in it. It's supposed to be a short sleeve sweater, and I want it to be a long sleeve pullover. And I'm just like feeling down, like on like kind of. I will say also, this is the most involved sweater I've ever knit. It's all over lace work.
It's a lot.
I can't imagine the testers doing this. I can't imagine doing this. I'm doing it in the small size. I can't imagine doing it in any other size. It's so much knitting. It's really I just want it to be done. And I'm such a monogamous knitter that...
So you're like not knitting because you don't like it?
No. I mean, no. That's why I've kind of been knitting this, which is out of character for me. But I'm monogamous in the sense that like I didn't like interrupting this knit and losing my momentum by knitting this whole sweater for Rhinebeck. Like that's what happened. I started this, I knit this whole sweater, and I came back to this, and it's been fine. It's also weird. Like I'm not a strong lace knitter, so I feel like I've never really felt like I've owned the yarn and like owned the project and owned my vision in it. I don't feel uber comfortable even in the modifications I'm making right now. So it's just been a bit of a slog for me. I will knit it. It's not crazy difficult. It's just increases and decreases. But yeah, so I just want to be honest with it. But it is
it's
truly
magical.
really magical and like amazing, beautiful, lightweight lace. And I'm going to wear it over like a white tank top, and it will be awesome. And I cannot wait to block it. It really needs like lace like this really needs to be locked. And it's just super cool to use this yarn, this coast yarn, single ply or like held single. I just feel like it's really interesting and fun use of it. So that's just where I am with it. I really wanted to, I kind of wanted to finish for today, but it's not going to happen. It takes forever. It's like the thinnest yarn.
That's hard. It's like a yucky feeling when you, but but you're going to wear that.
No, it's amazing. Like I will finish. It will be done. I just feel like it was never like, my passion. It took me so.
Wait till your groove comes back.
Yeah, 100%.
Or maybe it won't.
So I think I will actually cast this on because I don't want to not love what I'm knitting, and I want like to just be really excited about my knitting. And I think this sweater will do it.
Yay.
Yeah. You want to share?
Sure. You've all seen this already, but I'm still knitting the love blanket with my girlfriend.
Yay!
And I, in full transparency, have not been knitting it very often. And she's done like double the squares I have. So now, but we started when we were long distance. It's like this.
It's amazing you're still doing
these
that.
squares with the Good Bowl from Pearl Soho. And we started as like a long distance project, and it was easy to do because I missed her, but then it was like not as easy to do because I have all these like garments I want to be doing, and she's like right there. But she like abandoned me for Thanksgiving and went back to Ohio for a week. And so then I was like, oh, I really, because it makes me feel connected and stuff. So I knit like a chunk of these, and now I'm actually like loving it again. So speaking of slogs, it can change. And I've been like, oh, this fucking blanket. But now I'm really into it. She's coming back today though, so who knows. But it's like beautiful and it's fun. So I'm really hoping that I continue maybe like a half or a square a day in between the other stuff. Because it's like gonna be special and beautiful.
It's totally beautiful. It's amazing that you're doing that.
I did embroider 2023 on one of the squares because we started in like July, and our goal was to finish it by December. So probably not, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on, and obviously I still have my like half wrap that I'm like chugging through that I won't show you again, and I have like a tank top and a crochet a blanket that I be an adult, you know, that I that I you know, I'm always like kind of switching between stuff, but I'm really excited about these like these things. So
nice.
She's a multi-whip girl, but it's like not
your
as
stuff feels
chaotic.
No, it feels really not. It's also like new stuff, which is cool.
Yeah,
You've been casting
and
out.
like I feel like there's a lot of progress.
100%. It's really cool.
It's good.
And stuff I can like I just feel that you're really proud of, excited about. Like there's no like buts after under.
Thanks. I haven't seen this.
You haven't seen this, so surprise! I made a broken ribbed sock.
It's beautiful.
By Summer Lee Knits. My roommate said we were bringing up something. I was like, I want to knit something for you, or she actually just like asked for knit socks, and she was like, do you ever like? I know it's a and I was like, I love knitting socks. You asked the right girl. I was like, I love knitting socks. I just honestly like. I already have like 3 or 4 pairs that I've made for myself. I personally don't need any more, so I'm always looking for an excuse to knit for someone else. And she's an amazing person and deserves an amazing pair of cashmere merino nylon socks.
Wow.
So this is the yarn. I'm knitting with, this is Emma's yarn, and I made my Pearl Soho classic crew neck cardigan out of it.
Oh, and your leftovers?
Yes. And then
perfect.
This is a scrap of, I actually love this yarn. I can't remember the dyer's name, but I bought it at Brooklyn General Store. Maybe it'll come to me later, like Marie Wallen, but beautiful. And they're both cashmere merino nylon.
That's an
so these are going to be, I just was like, I had this one skein and I just feel like this color needed to be socks.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite fitting sock, and this is the like gym sock modifications.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah, so they're also like, I was watching like Harry Potter while like knitting these. I was kind of like
they are kind of Harry Potter,
kind of Harry Potter, like the Gryffindor. And I went on a work trip for a week and had like, it was like all it's like 8 hours of flying, so I didn't really knit aside from on the flight, and then I just finished these flying.
I love knitting.
Love knitting too. I just listened to a book on tape, and I watched, do you ever watch Couples Therapy? It is amazing. It's on Stars.
Boo.
Which I don't have, or it's on Showtime, like one of those.
But you watched it on the plane?
So I watched it on the plane because I had it. It's an amazing show though, if anyone's interested in
cool
Brooklyn couples. And so yeah, this is the second one. So actually probably should, her birthday is December 5th, but I can crank out socks pretty fast, so I'll probably put some time into those.
Is that everything?
Yeah, those are all my whips.
Oh my god.
Yeah, are those all your whips?
Yeah.
Okay, yay.
Should we like give a quick life update?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, so basically we love knitting and everything I'm so excited about both of our, oh my god, like so many beautiful things are in the making.
I just feel really like good right now.
Oh, good.
I'm like halfway through my program almost.
Yay.
And then I'll be a social worker.
How amazing is that? That's awesome.
And I'm actually like loving it so much right now.
Yay.
And feeling really like affirmed in what I'm doing. And and I feel like life is like, I feel like it's still like the process of like kind of waking up from like COVID blahs, and I feel like things, I feel more like myself all the time.
That's awesome.
And like creativity is coming back. I mean, obviously the knitting has always been creative, but like creativity and like aliveness is coming back, and this fall has been really fun.
Yeah, nice.
And the knitting has been really supportive.
That's awesome.
So that's exciting.
Oh, that's so beautiful as well. I'm so happy to hear that.
And Hannah's doing like cool stuff.
For my parasocial seg, let's do it.
The parasocial segment.
It's funny to go. I was so happy. I feel like I've been coasting positively recently. Work has been. I work in. I do housing and homelessness policy, and it's been crazy. If you've been reading news about New York City right now, it's a pretty tough time, but the work has been really rewarding and valuable and interesting and feels important.
And like you're jet setting.
Yes, I'm jet setting.
She's like going on work trips all the time.
So I'm going on work trips all the time, which is exciting. It doesn't feel too exhausting, and it's for a good reason. So work has been great, and then I have some grad school plans for next fall that I'm really excited about, and so stuff's going really well. I live in this amazing apartment with 2 wonderful roommates, and it just feels super. We moved in September. It feels super good to be somewhere like stable that you're excited to be in. We put up more art yesterday. We're slow to nest, we're not.
We're doing the same. Victoria and I moved in together over the summer, and we're just finally like putting art up.
Yeah, and it feels like that had long been on the to-do list.
But also, her roommate's like this incredible artist, so there's these beautiful paintings.
Yeah, my roommate painted that, and she painted this, which is really cute, and there's one in the hall. And I've been reading a lot.
I've been reading again too.
That's amazing, yeah.
But like trash, so I don't talk about.
I mean, reading trash is also awesome. I love to read. I don't discriminate like I told you. I'm leafing through Pom Pom. I'm reading, but what are you reading? Do you want to share? It's like too trashy.
I'm like rereading the Akotar series.
Oh, cute. Wait, that's like knitters love that though. I feel like I know that through knitting.
I know.
Instagram.
I don't know why knitters love it so much, but
yeah. I'm reading. I just finished Cat's Cradle, which was amazing.
Oh, that's so much better.
It's there. I don't award more values.
Highbrow. Fair enough.
And now I'm reading Kafka on the Shore, which I have never read before. I'm still just kind of getting biting into it. But I do love to, sometimes I don't want to be watching TV while I knit. I'm like, I just want to be looking at the knitting, especially with this sweater.
Yeah.
So I am always in need of and I want cozy winter. I'm in New York City, so my partner's going away, but I'm in New York City for December, and I'm just really excited to be. I love the city during the holidays, and I love the cold. It doesn't bother me, so I'm excited to listen to audiobooks and hang out with friends, and I was in a warm, lovely bar last night, just that hugga vibe as much as we can get it in New York. Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Yay, go us. But I want to do more knit nights also and have everyone over
it's
again.
The season. Everyone leaves for the summer, and then everyone's busy, and then it's time.
Yeah, it's time. So, what else has been going on? I don't know.
Just
it was just Thanksgiving. So
really
I'm all
nice.
full of turkey and
I hope
happy.
everybody has celebrated in the way that feels fulfilling for them, and that y'all are finding cozy. Whatever.
Yeah. Do we want to ask for people to put stuff in the comments? People rarely do. That's okay. I'll say if you made it this far, let me know what you are listening to, reading, or watching.
And what you're knitting.
Okay, while you're knitting what you're knitting. So just be like, I'm watching Game of Thrones while I'm knitting the snow crocus.
What is it?
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I think that's a thing. Yeah.
Wait,
what are you gonna knit next? I like talking
Hannah,
about
I'm
that.
knitting 45 things.
Okay, cool. Never mind. Wait, I'm gonna knit next. I brought this yarn out because I wanted to talk about it because I'm obsessed with it.
It's incredible.
The BFL, the blue-faced Leicester. I think that's one of those words, but it's not actually Leicester. Leicester wool. That I got in Maine. It's spun in Maine, and I'm gonna make those amazing mittens. And you're inspiring me with your beautiful mittens. I'm just gonna have like luxury.
That's incrable.
Those
together.
The theme of this winter is luxury winter accessories.
What color is your like main coat?
We just serve it. I have a black coat, and I have a brown coat, and I have a suede coat, and I have a leather coat. So I have multiple coats.
We do deserve it.
Yeah, so everyone should be knitting luxury winter accessories. Because sometimes as knitters, we're like so focused on garments, myself included. They're more exciting.
Time. It's the season of accessories.
It's accessory season, and like, don't forget the accessories, you know? Like, I'm bundled up constantly. So, okay, sending everyone our love.
We hope you're well.
Bye.
Bye.